We are back. Did you miss us? Oh, man. Since I work, the first part of the week, I'm sure you guys miss us so much at the beginning of the week. But don't forget, the big bad devil daddy himself, and of course, my undead brother, Mortimer Deadfellow, to my right, is always with you, even when you think we're not. But my work week is done, and it is time for some Black Flame Entertainment goodness. And we're going to start with something so phenomenal and near and dear to the pieces of our hearts and souls, if I haven't stolen it yet.
Or perhaps, years ago.
That's right. Perhaps, Mortimer over there may have already buried you and rendered you to dust. But welcome to another edition of the Horror BBQ. And we're going to talk about the most disturbing films in horror according to us. Don't take this as absolution or fucking biblical proportions. Take this as this is what kind of disturbed us. Maybe it might disturb you. And you need to watch it. Check for yourself. See if it doesn't make your liver quiver. But before we get into this, unholy masterpieces, we're going to take a quick commercial break to our brother over in the UK at Poison Valley Scareware. Check that shit out. That's right. If you need some of the best in scare spooky wear to accent your ghoulish figure, get over there to my brother David over at PoisonValleyScareware.com. Unholy fuck, look at this list of beautiful addicts. We fucking love you bitches so much. I see Kyler. I see Lizzie. I see Babylon. We didn't even have to resurrect him this evening. Brother Cody is here, and of course, so is Rebecca. I'm sure she's hiding under a blankie at the moment so that no one can see her, but we know you're there. And of course, you guys know what to do. Oh, Brother Turkey Man is here also. So you know what to do. Share this out anywhere and everywhere that there is, in fact, a horror lover. Did I say horror? No, but we love them too. Anyway, so moving on, man. So we're talking about some movies that maybe we've seen as kids, grew up watching, has inspired our disturbed minds as we are today in our present true faces, as I always like to say. But I don't know. For me, growing up, if there was a front cover and it dared you to watch it, it literally would say it in the description. This might not be suitable for kids. This might not, if you have a heart condition or maybe a gag reflux, you might not want to watch this thing. And we fucking love it. Totally fucking love it. Oh, Cody. Yes, sir. And that was one of my honorable mentions. So
same here.
Yeah. Oh, yep. Kyler hit it on the fucking button right there. Bone Tomahawk. Yep. That's another one. Hey, it's the lovely Erica Moore. Welcome for joining us in our crypt. But yep. Dustin's got another really good one. Necromantic. Yes, Ooh. Sir.
I think Dustin's going to enjoy one of the delights I have to serve for the demons this evening.
Oh, and we're serving it up nice and cold for y'all. So I'm going to go ahead and let you kick it off there, Brother Mortimer. What do you have for the peoples?
Well, because it's the barbecue and we always need the horror sauce. I'm gonna, I'm gonna start with Dead Alive, 1992.
Oh, shit. Some 90s loving right there. And
Oh,
I'll tell you, definitely one of those that makes you go, okay. You can tell just by looking at the damn front cover of this thing.
which, as you said, that was one of the. You see the cover on this case, and you go, "Yeah, I got to see what that's all about." And for those folks that are unaware, this delight comes from Peter Jackson.
Oh shit, that's
Before
right. Most
King
people don't realize that.
Before Lord of the Rings. This is right after kind of Bad Taste and stuff, where he really wanted to go, I want to make the goriest freaking movie I can. And he did it. He did it. It is the only film I've ever seen in my life that can compete gore for gore with the Evil Dead series.
Yes.
And I mean, true Evil Dead where you've got fountains and gallons of blood.
Right.
And this is
Something
right up.
you would not expect from him.
Exactly. And
Like,
that's what I like, because it's like, it's the same kind of, Dead Alive has the same flavor as Raimi put into Evil Dead with the slapstick coming from the Three Stooges influence. You kind of have that in this film too. It's very, very slapstick-esque. But when it comes to the gore, it takes it to 1,000. So it's like to levels of absurdity that are just a delight to the senses if you're a gore hound.
It really is. Can you give us like some examples? We don't want to give it all away to you in case you haven't seen it.
Okay. Yeah. Well, an old lady suffering from a zombie-like infection, ear falls off into her soup. And she continues to eat the soup and eats the ear too. Yes. Her own ear. Yeah, mind you. And that is a small little
That's
example.
A snippet.
There. But
very practical also.
Well, going along those lines of tactical as well is like I can mention part of a scene and that's all you need to know to want to see it. Think of a human being fighting zombies with a lawnmower strapped to the front of his chest. That's all I got to say. And then for our brother Carnage, okay, Adam Chaplin,
right?
Gore movie, blood all over the place. This movie from the 90s can compete at least gore-wise.
Oh, easily.
You know what I'm saying? Not action-wise, because there's no like fighting like that, but gore like gallon for gallon. And when I say gallon, I mean gallons.
And I mean, they probably spent, I don't know, between probably $2,000 on how much blood they had to use for that.
Oh, at least easy. And the thing I would say at the time too, I would think that it was probably pretty difficult for Peter Jackson to get his hands on that much in New Zealand, because there wasn't he hadn't created any of that yet, and then it's like, how do you market this movie to people studio wise? You can't. You got to have indie love like he did. Yes. And that's what got him to where he is now, because he wouldn't say, okay, well, they said no, we can't do this. He's like, no, we're doing this, and would find ways to do it and make a film like this that is crazy and as psycho as it is, has heart to it.
And that's the most important thing. That's what draws you in as a viewer.
And it's funny.
Some people literally will sit there and just be like, yep, I love this movie just for the gore. Don't give a fuck about the script, just the gore. But then there's movies like this that give you both. It's very imaginative. Wasn't this based on a video game?
This is kind of a little
Or am
bit.
I thinking Dead Rising? I'm probably thinking Dead Rising.
Well, Dead Rising is is a zombie based video game, which they did do a movie of. You're right. So yeah, but for this one, no, it was more or less. It's a rat that bred with a monkey, and if this thing bites you, it
Oh shit,
infects
that's
you with the
right.
virus that basically turns you into a zombie
You
quickly.
know, why does that sound like one of the great jokes you hear at a fucking fucking, uh,
Right.
bar around the corner? So a rat and a monkey got together and suddenly they gave birth to,
This zombie virus.
right. You know what I'm saying? It just kind of reminds me of one of them fucking jokes. There's so many great comments. We also have to get out of
yes.
here. But that definitely reminded me of that. Yes, Erica, yes, you must come to the dark side and check this out. She said she will definitely try to find this movie.
Oh, yes. Oh,
awesome. Yes. Cody says, what can we say? Babylon priests are the pet boys of a zombie that knows how to get nailed. And it has begun. The priest fights like Chuck Norris and killer roundhouse kicks.
I know the line. I know my brother Reaper does. But the part that Babylon's talking about, I'm saying this line because I love it.
You're more than welcome.
Is you have, like he says, you have a back-flipping priest, like an old dude fighting like he's Jackie Chan in the street
happens
fight.
To know how to do this.
And literally screaming, I kick ass for the Lord. And is just whooping ass. It is absolutely hilarious. It is so great. It's
right.
so great.
You know what, Erica? As a matter of fact, you just hit on something that we were going to start on next week, but I guess we'll give that away. We're also going to be delving into the realm of horror TV series. And we're going to take a look at such a franchise next week. So excellent for doing that, bringing that up. Thank you. Totally appreciate that. And we have a new viewer, I believe, on YouTube. If my computer will calm the fuck down, Nathan Meeks is with us.
That's my brother. That's one of my brothers.
Alrighty, awesome.
Good to see you, brother.
Welcome to the barbecue.
Yeah.
Hope you're hungry.
Bring the sauce.
Excellent, right? Excellent way to kick off this wonderful montage of fucking gorelicious offerings from the underground. So you started in the 90s, and I'm looking at my picks here, and I'm trying to think what might be at least close to that. Oh, I know. When, Mother Mumsy tells you that you can't watch this, it only makes you want to watch it more.
Oh, yes.
And with this next offering, let me tell you, a sense of extra fright and excitement when you watch something that is basically, like those videos you see on YouTube where it's just like the best moments of this, and this. Well, this is the best moments of how this person died. There's no script. There's nothing of the sort. This is like a shockumentary, if you will, or deadumentary. Actually, I like that better.
I like that better.
And it's known as Faces of Death.
Ooh.
When this hit, and this is back in the, I know I'm showing my 1,000 years old self, but back in the day when there used to be the local video store, this thing, and I'm just going to tell you now, could not stay on the shelf for more than a couple of hours after it's been returned. Yep. And this was on the daily.
Yep.
Because it got around that this was actual people dying in unmentionable ways.
Yep.
And once that got around the old schoolyard, a little baby Reaper and his buddies were like, oh, we need to watch this. And let me tell you, it delivered. It delivered in every sense of the imagination.
Oh yeah, you get what that's one of those films where it tells you what it's going to be and you get exactly that. So for for this film, like he said, he's not kidding whatsoever. It got around to where it became a rite of passage.
It was a cult classic before anybody fucking saw it.
Yeah, it's like, hey, can you believe there's a film like this that really exists? Have you seen it, man? Yeah, and stuff like that. But this movie will fuck you up too. So take it seriously. This one goes for the jugular.
Yes,
it don't play. It doesn't play
in the craziest of ways.
Mm-hmm.
Let me give you a snippet. So there's a scene where this guy he's either like the head of a corporation or a government office and goes up to give a statement in front of the press. And then in this crazy speech that he delivers, ends up blowing literally his fucking head off on camera.
Live.
It is live. This was like back in the time where you couldn't just, boom,
you
delete,
fake it.
Shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Nobody saw it coming. I just remember sitting there going,
oh yeah. Now this movie's like a gut punch. Like really, it's like it delivers exactly what it tells you it does. You got
it was a politician. That's right.
Yeah, there you go.
That's right. Thank you, Erica. His name was R. Bud Dwyer.
Something, yeah.
Weird ass last name. Oh, yeah, I agree. The sound effects were definitely epic, unless you're referring to the film that you were talking about previously. But I mean, when a film fucking tells you that this truly is going to shake your very this was long before the dark web.
Yeah.
Long before, you could see these in real life type situations.
Before UFC. You couldn't even see like bare knuckle fights and stuff like that and stuff without getting tapes of stuff. It was like there wasn't the internet.
This motherfucker was banned. It was on every fucking nation's ban list.
Yep. Yeah, no, that's true. It's like because even like Dead Alive was part of the video nasties.
Yeah.
For the UK, it was like all these banned films that you were in Australia and Switzerland a lot of time, and Norway, you could not see these films no matter whether you were a grown adult or not. It's like that the government chose for you. It's like, nope, you're not going to be able to see it. And Faces of Death was the top of the list for everybody.
Yes.
For a long time. And they even did, I believe, didn't they do more than one?
Oh yeah, they did. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. There's like
a part 2
series. Yeah.
Ooh, yeah. So, and this was like a precursor. This was the measuring stick, I think, for a lot of us. When it came to movies saying that, oh, this is the scariest thing ever. Oh, this is the most goriest thing. Buckets of blood, blah, blah, blah. That was the measuring stick because, when you have reality.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Showing you what and how things look. I think this actually helped the horror industry in a way.
Well, Tom Savini said, for doing his photography work, being the combat or photographer and stuff for like Vietnam and stuff like that, if it didn't look like what he had really seen and what a real corpse looked like, then he wasn't going to put it out there. So it made him really focus on details and realism and his makeups and stuff like that, because it's like you said, it's like it hits you more than just like, this character that I watched in a series, they killed the character off. Oh, this brutal, because you've been invested with that character. This is people you do not know, but still you see a life gone. Just, and it's not ever, like you said, it's never in a nice way. You know, and it's like that. Whoo, that one's like a shot of whiskey about 10 times over. You know.
It's like you gotta, it's one of those movies you look at your loved ones and you go, I gotta hug you right now.
Exactly. Yeah,
I
exactly.
need
I will
some
say, yeah.
hugging time and get my humanity back.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I agree with you. Yeah, I agree with you on that one completely.
Absolutely. Let's see here. Babylon says Faces of Death had the epic sound effects building up to each scene drill your ear holes out and
Oh yeah,
infiltrated
yeah.
your brain. Yes.
Yeah. Oh yeah, yeah.
I definitely agree with that wholeheartedly
Yeah.
because
Like a droning sound effect. Yeah, like drilling into your head. That's a perfect way to explain that music. Yeah.
yeah, I almost
Yeah.
it almost makes me wonder like if it took the original Texas Chainsaw Massacre route and gave you little to no effects and you just
Well, no, yeah,
you know what I
exactly.
mean? I
Yeah,
bet you
yeah,
it would even make it
yeah.
worse
Your
for you.
brain will always generate more. That's one thing that Hitchcock understood, I think, better than anybody. Is the less I show you, the more fucked up your brain will make it.
Yes, the
You'll,
monkey brain was in the first.
oh yeah,
It is
yeah.
correct.
That one bothered me. Not the
Woo!
animal. I'm not. I'm not. You know, we're not into. You know, we don't agree with the stuff in these films, so everybody knows. You know,
No, it's
not on
just
that level.
it
But
was
it's
literally the most shocking of
no,
its
exactly.
kind in the first
No,
time
exactly.
in film history.
No, exactly. That one, if we were putting these in order, even though we put no films in any
Mm-mm.
specific order,
Mm-mm.
that one would be at the top of the list for this category of what we're doing for shocking films.
Yes.
Period. Okay. But that was the thing, is like when a lot of us were growing up, for us horror hounds and stuff, it was a rite of passage to watch this. So, yeah, no,
And
it's
if you
amazing.
could actually,
If you
you
could
could
take
win a
it.
prize.
Yeah,
You could
pretty
win
much.
a
Yeah.
prize from your friends if you made it through this whole thing.
Yep.
It was
Yeah.
crazy. Just a very compelling film.
Oh, yeah.
What do we got next for him on the slab?
Oh, right. Well, I have to bring a little light to the darkness for you all. And I'm gonna have to go with one that our friend Dustin will quite enjoy as well, is The Toxic Avenger 1984.
Dun, 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 dun. I'll never forget it. I will never forget it because my mom made me put a pillow in front of my face multiple times through scenes that she did not want me to see.
See, me, I watched this when I was 8 years old.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, and he was literally one of the superheroes that I wanted to dress up as. I did Superman, everybody, you're a guy, in most cases, you grew up and you dressed up as a superhero at some point in your life. At some point.
I don't know. I was dressing up like King Diamond. So.
Well, I said a superhero, didn't I? So
I see what you did there.
Nah, but it's like with the Toxic Avenger, for me, Lloyd took Frankenstein and turned him into a superhero.
Yes.
And he's not made out of corpses. For anyone that hasn't seen the Toxic Avenger, I am sorry, and you need to see it instantly as fast as you can, and I still love you.
Yes, please.
And remember, Toxie loves you too.
That's right.
Now, it's a story of anti-bullying, in my opinion.
It is.
But how Trauma was willing to do the effects, seeing someone very young of age squished by a car, head first.
Brutal as fuck.
It's brutal, exactly. It's like this film, for like when it came out, it was the same thing. It's like it's funny, it's glorious, it's amazing, but can you survive watching the Toxic Avenger grab a guy and rip his arm completely off?
You really didn't see that a lot up to that point.
No, you really didn't. That's what I'm saying. Is
it's implied at that
like
point.
Now people lose limbs left and right in films and digital stuff like that. But no,
decapitation's on command.
Exactly. But it's like you're sitting there, and then also for our, there's for superheroes, you always have our transformation scene. And
Yes.
you have the great Mark Torgel turning into the Toxic Avenger, and the effects and the makeup and everything between the two of them was amazing.
Yes.
It was amazing. Still stands up, in my opinion, completely. And who wouldn't want to go from somebody picked on to where you have the strength and power and ability now to make the bad people not be bad to anybody? And the Toxic Avenger just had the Punisher way of going about it.
Yes.
If you were bad, you got got. And you got with a mop up your head.
And you absolutely deserved it.
No, exactly. He never hurt an innocent person. And that was the thing. He looked terrifying, but he would die for you. He would die fighting to protect you without even knowing you, because he's a hero. It's like the Captain America thing. I always thought of him like Captain America. When you take the serum, whatever you are on the inside is what you become a super version of. So that's why the Red Skull, became a nasty fucking monster, because he was a nasty monster on the inside. And for Captain America, he became what he became. It's the same thing for the Toxic Avenger. It was a way to fight against BS, and it's like, no, it's like when he gets the bad guy.
People.
Exactly that too.
Honestly.
Well, it's just like Toxic.
He was a humanitarian.
Exactly. He fought for everybody. And it's like he was trying to clean up Tromaville one creep at a time.
That's right. Dustin says another impactful trauma film. Most people cite it as Terror Firmer.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think he's referring to this one, Toxic Avenger 4.
No, Terra Firma, it's its own film.
Oh, okay.
Oh, that's a great one. Oh, yeah.
I got messed up on that.
Oh, yeah. No, but also, Citizen Toxies is great as well. We also have the character Rico in that one, who is absolutely fucking hilarious and one of the most funny trauma film characters I've ever seen. He is funny as shit. But with Toxie, it's the same kind of thing. Lloyd started. He started, and it's not that it started trauma. It really did.
It really ignited the dynamite stick.
Exactly. You know what I mean? And it's like, for somebody to have that power with that character, for me, it being Lloyd Kaufman is the only person that should have that power.
Yes.
And that's what it is. It's like, you want the people that are the good souled people to be the one with the superpowers, because if not, they're all super fucking villains and we're fucked. Then you end up with Homelander and shit.
Exactly.
How you doing? And you're fucked. Yeah.
Well, and it was a brutal film, but the thing to remember is, though, I mean, they gave you a lot of comic relief along with it, so didn't make it feel so utterly uncomfortable. But it was, I don't know, I wouldn't even call it disturbing. I call it
not to me. Fun. Yeah, no. Oh yeah, no, it was great to me. It's like, even at that age, it's like I knew it was the absurd. It's like I knew it was a movie that knew what it was and knew what it was going for. Yeah, you just had to key into it. Once you keyed in, off and running. I was a trauma fan for life, and I will be, and my afterlife.
Thank you, sir. He says, Reaper, happy to do a movie night with you two to watch either film. And of course, Mortimer is always welcome. So we may have to we've talked about doing it. I'm still trying to figure out how to do it and make it simple so that we all can watch together as I understand it, I have to create a private group on Facebook. So that would be the way to get everybody in, so Facebook doesn't fucking cut my balls off. So, yes, and legal as well. Thank you, Lizzie. Excellent choice. Excellent choice, of course. Now we're going to get into the realm of really disturbing. When people who have such deranged sense of dark humor we get some of the greatest films that are absolutely the most disgusting, disturbing, and motherfucking hilarious. And boy, has it been spoofed in pop culture all through cartoons and everything else. This film will challenge you in so many ways that it's one of them films that, as we've been talking about, that just kind of leaves you going, what the fuck did I just watch? At least that's how I felt when I saw, if I can find it.
Human Beast.
Oh, cool. Welcome, brother. I'm trying to, it didn't load up. All right. So I'm just going to have to fucking tell you. It's The Human Centipede.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Well, they keep going back to Germany for all these twisted fucking things. And this film is no fucking different.
Oh, yes.
You don't want to break down on the road by any beautiful house tucked away
well, you don't really want to do that in Sweden or Norway anymore either, because of Midsummer and Wicker Man. It's like, yeah, fuck all that.
You just might run into a doctor who is an artist of sorts and thinks that they are creating something that's beautiful. And if you're a pet lover, don't watch it, because the human centipede, it's a pet. It was created to be a pet. I think a lot of people have seen this, but just imagine human being connected to human being connected to human, and so forth. And they're just all sewn together, and not in a very nice way whatsoever.
Ask them out.
So I don't want to give too much of it away, but damn it, this motherfucker is not normal.
This is nightmare fuel.
Oh my goodness.
This is where you're going to start thinking about all kinds of things.
It's like, well, most importantly, it starts making you wonder, are people really that fucking sick and twisted? Yeah. And well, the world is bigger than you think, and it's easier to conceal such things. So that's what's kind of scary about all of this. Oh shit! Hey, yeah, human hoof beast. Good to see you, my brother. He says, "Call me later to discuss the second release of the." Yes, sir.
Yes,
I most definitely will.
Yeah.
I've been working overtime all week long. I think I've put in 55 hours in 4 days. So I've been dead during the day, to say the least.
That feeling.
Yes, sir. All right. Let's see here. Lizzie said, if my computer will work with me, OMG, we had a movie like that. Was so freaking weird. It broke our brains, and neither of us can remember what it's called or what it's about. That's a good thing, probably.
Yeah, I remember. I remember and don't remember that film.
Yep. That's right, Dustin. Fucking South Park did a spoof on the human centipede. So,
yep.
And it was, in fact, the best parody of the film. And they tied it to iPad. Because everyone always just hits accept instead of reading the contents of the agreement.
Right.
Just imagine if that was a real thing.
That's why they told us to try to warn us.
Just like fucking Skynet and the Terminator. Now we have AI.
And that's why we had Roddy Piper and Keith David to warn us.
Right. Oh, no. Why did you have to say that? Why did you have to say that? He says, here it comes, Kyle. I believe in you. So fucking bad.
Oh
Oh,
yeah. Oh, see, Lizzie pulled that out of my head.
yeah.
Tusk. Yeah, you made me think of Tusk when you were saying a doctor that's an artist that thinks he's making something beautiful. You
Damn
want to
it.
you want to see Kevin Smith get fucked up horror wise? Watch Tusk.
You stole one of my picks.
She did it. She did it.
We'll talk about it later.
Oh God, Jesus, that's a good one though.
It is a good one. And
Oh,
poor Justin Long.
oh God, man. I know
Poor
people
Justin.
felt for that boy and Jeepers Creepers, and I get that.
Oh yeah. I mean,
But that
he was
ain't
right
nothing.
in.
He got the creeper was nice to him compared to that movie. He got good, nice, decent treatment in the first Jeepers Creepers.
Shit.
I would have preferred
Nothing
that.
like, being hollowed out.
Right? Hey, you got to get those eyes from somewhere.
And what a beautiful pair they were. All right. Next on the chopping block.
All right. I think for this one, I think I'm going to kind of jump back into the 90s
All right.
for a 1999 film called Audition.
Oh my goodness.
This film.
Ah!
Ooh, this was one of my first like true Japanese horror films. And it blew me away. Like,
she is the masochist to end all masochists. Sadist as well.
Oh yes. And then seeing that's
You
the
don't
whole
fuck around.
Yeah, no, it's exactly too. And the whole beginning of the film sets you up like she is the sweetest, most meekest person you've ever met. That would jump out of the way if a mouse was going down that way because it had the right of way. It's like so meek and protected, would never say anything, and then, oh, he was wrong. But the basis is you get this like director that's lonely, that's like broken and lonely. So his buddy decides to be, in his words, nice to him and hold an audition for women to come, audition to meet this, famous director and go out on a date with him.
Mm-hmm.
And he meets her there and then goes on a date, and she she starts acting a little odd. And it's the whole, yeah, exactly. It's just a little bit. And he enough to not think about it. He didn't think about it at first because he liked her so much, and every other aspect of her totally has him invested.
Yes.
But little signs here and there he should have been picking up, he doesn't until it's too late. And all I'm gonna say, I'm not gonna say, but we got to give the demons a little taste.
Just a little.
Just a little. Okay. Everybody knows about acupuncture.
Oh, Jesus.
Now think about acupuncture in your eyeballs. That's all I'm going to say. And that's just one little taste of what Audition offers for you. You got to see if you make the cut.
She, it actually turns into more of an audition for him.
Yes.
To see just how far he can go in this pain, fucking fiesta going on that she puts this guy through. Take misery and fucking stamp it on 50 million megavolts up.
Pinhead would be by this young lady's.
Oh yeah, he would want to have her on the team.
Oh yes, it's like, welcome to the gas. I got a spot right over here. You can be a hell priest. Let's tear this shit up, literally.
Excuse me.
But it was also too for me. It was my my audition into Japanese horror films, and let me know that it's like, as much as I'd love the samurai films from the past and all these other different movies that had come out of Japan, I'd never really gotten to delve into their horror, and they do not.
To remember some.
They don't hold back.
Yeah, some of these tortures are part of their culture.
Yeah, no, exactly, and it's the same thing as with
People
us.
Forget
like,
that.
Well, it's like look at how many urban legends and ghost stories and stuff like that from
Oh man.
multiple cultures, because we're a giant nation. You got multiple, lores from nationalities and everything like
Yes.
that. So, I mean, because if you think about it, vampires, everybody, thinks about vampires, and that's Transylvania, that's Romania. That's not here. That's
Oh,
over on ships.
yeah. Vampire lore, it's funny you say that. Vampire lore, there are instances that go back to hundreds and hundreds and
Oh
hundreds and
yeah.
hundreds and hundreds of years all over the world.
Oh no, exactly. No, it's exactly. It's the same kind of thing though. It's like if you look up Bigfoot and Yeti, it's in
Mhm.
multiple cultures,
Multiple.
thousands of years and thousands of years apart, that we're all seeing the same shit.
Exactly. We never talked to each other. We never, brought that tale over to you, or
Right.
you
And no,
brought it to us, you know.
exactly. And it's things like that, it's like, and then like with
And
Japan, like
dragons.
Japan,
Yes, you are correct, Lizzie.
yeah, they bring all that into it and all the infusions
Yes.
of it, and it makes it great. It makes it amazing, and it also preserves aspects of the culture. And you go, "Oh, that's from this. Oh, maybe I should check that out. That's cool. I'll learn more." I love when stuff does that.
And
It's great.
hopefully you learn your lesson.
Yes, yes, and pick
Oh,
someone
excellent
different.
choice. Next on the slabberoonie to be put onto the chopping block. I gotta go with a fucking favorite of mine. Um, the thing to do, especially in the late, I'd say the late 80s and of course the 90s, it was like all the rage. You go to high school, you graduate, and before you go to college, so many people just want to travel and see the world. Because, you get all the money from, your family at your graduation. Everybody comes with an envelope like the fucking mob. Um, and they, think that this is a great idea. I'm going to go backpacking in fucking Western Europe. Okay. Well, some people are just, I guess, built for fraternity life, if you will. And of course, the first thing on their minds are, I need to get my hands on all the European ass that I can get. And they hear about a place that in Amsterdam that is just so tasty. They have to go because the ladies are always willing to give it up, as it were. So the next time you think about stopping at one of these places, you might reconsider and kind of hope that you don't get taken. Uh, and I don't mean the Taken movies. That's a whole nother
I have
thing.
a certain set of skills
Right.
that makes me a problem for people like you.
That you don't end up being sport for those that pay to have fun. And they call it an art gallery. Yeah, this is not an art gallery. And is it too far fetched to believe that there are not some secret societies? And I mean, look at all the shit coming out today about these, behind the scenes parties and, these little groups and things that are doing
Yeah.
shit that, nobody knows about. Bullshit. You cannot tell me that there are not secret societies like this, that if you've got the fucking money, that you could go and kill whoever you want just to get the rush. It's like hunting, but hunting humans. We've seen this
Oh yeah. Yeah,
in
no,
many
yeah, we've
films,
seen this. Yeah, and then different,
but
quite,
not
yeah,
like
Hunted.
this.
Yeah, but not like this.
Oh no,
Yeah,
it's like a buffet of possibilities. You can get a
do whatever
whole
you
set
want.
of
Yeah,
tools.
yeah.
You can inflict whatever tortures you want.
It's like if
And
you were going to a rich spa and it's like, okay, what kind of facial cream do you want? But instead of
Mhm.
this, which acid do you prefer you want to peel off the skin or the bone? All right. Do you want to go to the hardware section? Do you want a sledgehammer or do you want like a ball peen? Do you want a power drill or do you want an auger? It's
I
like,
mean, this made you
yeah.
sweat. This film made you sweat.
Oh yes, yeah. It was an experience, and I remember first seeing this at Ed's. Well, and I saw the first one in then movie theater, and
Hey, what's happening, David? Good to see you, my brother. Ah,
woohoo, yeah. And and this one literally was like, whoa, okay, wow, okay, they ain't holding back. But I mean, you're dealing with Eli Roth,
no,
and he ain't gonna
his
hang
name
back.
pops up a lot on a lot of these twisted
Oh yeah.
films too.
Somebody that learned from Lloyd, somebody that took,
Exactly.
you learn from the master, and so
Yes.
each one of his films, I mean, really, they're memorable. You'll remember them. There's parts or even the gore. There's aspects to his films that you'll always remember. Just like with this one, this is a perfect example.
Yes.
And I know part of the sequel to this one is one of Lizzie's favorite things to ever happen in film.
You as well, David. Yeah. And I have to agree with Lizzie also. The second one is that they upped their ante.
Yeah,
Fucking
yeah,
hell.
yeah.
I don't know. I just think that this is another one of those quote unquote rite of passage films
Oh yeah, yeah,
in
yeah, and it
the
was
realm of
too.
gore.
Yeah, yeah, no, especially at the time that it came out, it did take that place completely. Yeah, of one of those films.
Yes.
Can you watch this? Are you going to throw up? Because you had that with this one. This is one of those films where people literally threw up in the theaters, and it's like,
Exactly.
yeah,
And this is one of those films that kind of perpetuates that shit.
yeah, oh yeah, no, that's a great pick. That's a great one. But it's also too is that it leans into the unknown, that fear. Like you said, you don't know that these are up decent people that are here to let tourists, be able to stay and stuff while they're backpacking in Europe, which is funny because every time I hear that term, I want to go backpacking in Europe and stuff like that. I think of American
It's,
Werewolf in London.
yeah. If we didn't
Didn't work out
learn our
well for them.
lesson there, you
It's
know
like
what I'm
one friend
saying?
is kibble, torn to pieces right there, and the next friend's, gonna grow paws. So yeah, you gotta check out their reviews on those places and make sure there's no shackling and beheading men or being skinned for the pleasure of others. That's that little fine details.
uh, it's
You
just,
what?
people just never cease to amaze me of their stupidity, thinking that if you don't really do your research or be able to go, why is this person so interested in me? Like that doesn't even enter their minds.
Right.
Ah, sometimes the candy ain't worth it. All right, what you got next for him, brother?
Well, I think I'm going to have to mention a little film by Mr. David Howard Thornton and Damon
Brother David,
Leone
yes.
named Terrifier 2. Now, I could put the entire Terrifier series, I could be talking about all of them.
Literally, yes.
This one specifically, though, both the director, creator, and Art himself knew that we're going to let this clown off the chain and let him do some fucked up shit. And the thing that they did that I respect him for, even though for me, as crazy as the films as old Morty here can take, there's moments where you go, he is still torturing that person. Just kill her already. But they're not going to let you because you're going to go on that ride because you're going to see how dark and twisted this character really is. There's no mercy or anything that's going to come out of him. Just gleeful torturing you to death. You know, and you're going to be terrified
at the
entire
same time.
Oh yeah,
He's having such a great time dismembering these poor people.
Exactly. It's like for him, it's like
fun.
It's like his own personal Super Bowls or championship fights or whatever. You know, he's got to gear up for the fight, and it's like, but there's no fight because you're screwed. Okay, if you're not a heroine or final girl status or something like that, you're boned. You don't got that superpower. You're screwed. And he's going to use whatever instrument with him that he's fashioned himself to torture you with, or whatever he can find.
Yes.
You know, it's like he's
a master of using
adaptable.
The environment.
Exactly. He's the MacGyver of fuck you up. That's what it is.
We got to coin that into a phrase, the MacGyver of fuck you up.
Exactly. Yeah.
I love it.
You know, but that's exactly the thing there with him is it's like Art was with this character alone, he was able to take over
the mashed potato scene. Yes.
Exactly. Yes. See, it's the same. Yeah. No, perfect example. Perfect example there. He was able to take a character that everybody's like, okay, he doesn't say anything. He acts more like a mime, even though they call him Art the Clown. It's like, what is he? And it's already asking that question of putting in, what the fuck is this? Is this a guy? Is it a creature? Is it a person? I mean, what the hell is he? And they still haven't completely answered that. And I love that. They don't need to. It's a gore fest watching this psycho that, like he said, is like, it's like he just won prom. He just won the Monopoly money. You know, he's got anything. His best day is tearing you to pieces and just gets a kick out of it. You know, you got to admire that drive. He's like an energizer buddy of right. Killing. I respect that.
Absolutely.
You know, one undead
it's
guy.
It's very creative. It's very fresh.
Gory.
And
so gory.
So gory. I mean, but it's inventive.
Oh, very much so.
We've seen slasher films from here to Calcutta for the past 40 years.
Yep.
But nothing quite like this.
Agreed.
Very different.
You don't beat Michael Myers himself in the box office unless you're a badass. And especially a badass in horror, and Art the Clown and David and them have totally shown that. He's a new horror icon that literally isn't going anywhere. So buckle up, sweetie, because it's party time for Art the Clown.
And part 3.
Yeah.
Let's up its ante even more.
Oh, yes. And you throw in the holiday spirit.
Oh, man. Let's just say Santa Claus gets his ass removed.
Well, see, and then that I would have to think in my phrase, I would have to quote the ghoul from Fallout and say, well, ass jerky don't make itself.
Right.
So.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah.
So next on my list is definitely one of those hits home kind of films. You know, we've seen cannibalism multiple times, very, very different multiple times.
Oh, yeah.
But this one, hello, Eli Roth, yet again, knocks it out of the park with a twisted, very realistic situational film. A little piece of delectable carnage known as The Green Room. Green Inferno, sorry. This film takes it, man, you want to talk about uncomfortable.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
You know, it literally puts you in the seat as though you are, you're witnessing people that have no control over their situation whatsoever.
Yeah.
They're being
Oh, yeah.
herded one by one to become dinner.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. And then that's the thing on that one too, is it's like you said, it's like they have no way out. That's like you don't. And you're dealing with warriors that will put you down instantly just for the fun of it. And then, like he said, it's snack, snack, munch a crunch. It's one of those films where
Become
it's called fuck
fucking beef
around and,
jerky.
it's called fuck around and find out, and that's really what it is. Cause it's like,
Again, the people traveling, thinking they're having a good time.
thinking they're doing what the indigenous people of the place want.
Oh yeah, because they're nice.
Right? Because they've told you their wants and desires, even though they haven't spoken to anybody. Nobody goes and interacts with them for a reason.
Yes.
Yummy, unless you just bring your own celery salt and just, like just spice yourself as you're going, little lemon pepper under the armpits,
Oh yeah,
at least be nice to them if you're going to go and do that and bring them a
always
bottle
make
of
sure
water.
that you got your garlic powder, your onion powder, some thyme and rosemary.
Exactly.
Maybe they'll let you simmer a little longer, instead of just charring you to death.
Right, just tenderize the meat a little bit.
People just don't realize that there are still these, like you said, indigenous peoples.
Yeah, indigenous tribes
that
that have never
still
been contacted.
practice
Yeah,
this.
that don't want to be contacted by anybody. They do not want anything to do with us as the world, period. They've got their own world and don't want us. And that's fine. That is their right, but it's like films like this show you what happens when you go to a place that nobody wanted you there to begin with.
No, and at the end of the day, those tribes people are just waiting for somebody like you to come through.
Yep. Exactly. It's like, it's like when the conquistadors were here, those missionaries tasted amazing. A little sinewy from all the running, but hey, I hope those guys come back by.
Yes.
But then you go too, though, you hope somebody brought the garlic bread. Unless you're having a vampire over, and then it's rude. I learned that the hard way.
Exactly.
Yeah. Very good. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
For me, though, one little taste that I have to say for people, ants. That's it. That's all I'm going to say. The word ants.
Oh, shit. What is your final pick, sir, for the people?
Okay. This one is you need to take a shower after you watch this movie. I'm going to give you the first film ever directed by Wes Craven.
Dun, dun,
I'm going to give you in 1972's Last House on the Left.
There we go.
This film will make you want to bathe in bleach afterward.
I feel that.
Scrub your eyes out, because this was the first film that I ever saw that made me feel like I was watching a snuff film.
Yes.
Yeah, but you don't, it's like, and it's like, wow, that was it.
Hard to watch.
It is. It's one of those films that is truly hard to watch, and it was even hard for the actors filming it.
Oh,
that
my
literally,
God. Probably needed therapy right after that.
I do believe one of the killers had to get therapy actually after it, because it messed with him really bad. And I'm pretty sure probably one of the actresses did. But it's like, this film, the thing that got me about it too is it's the same thing where they go, okay, this could be your wife, this could be your sister, this could be your mother, this could be, and that's what it was for that. It's these three individuals that get a hold of two females that go to the city thinking everything's going to be all fine and dandy, and meet three people that are psychos and, you know, want to take somebody's life and stuff like that for the thrill of it, just to see what it's like. And Wes Craven didn't hold back, and he didn't hold back in this one, I feel, more than he did in any other film he did. Because Freddy's scary and all that stuff for some people, but this is a whole different type of horror. You know, this is somebody snatching somebody, and yeah, it's this movie. Really, it was like it reminds me of Ace Ventura, where he's in the shower scene. You know, and he's just, oh, they don't make water hot enough. You know, it's kind of like that. It's like you really feel like you need to be cleansed after watching this movie. So for me, when it's like shocking film and stuff like that, I had to end on the one for me that was literally like, wow, I don't know how to, you know, explain this film without I need to be clean. It's like
Well,
yeah.
it just really goes to show you how, oh man, how far people, no matter what level, they could be the richest, they could be the poorest, they could be the in between,
Yeah.
have these carnal urges, whether to kill or to do the unspeakable. And, you know, it's like, it's good in a way, and I hate to say that. It's good in a way to bring awareness that
Yeah.
such things exist in the world. We're
Right.
talking about 1970 fucking 2.
Yeah. No, when
Where,
things like that were happening. Yeah.
yeah, it was
Yeah.
like the flower power. Everybody was just enjoying themselves. Life was simple. This, that, the other thing.
And then you get
But
Ramirez.
you don't know that some of these dangers exist.
Yeah. Until
So,
it becomes like public news, you know, as it's
that's
like,
right.
and during that era,
And
exactly.
even then, the message doesn't get punched home.
Well, no, it usually doesn't, because it's like you take it, it's usually every generation of the young generations who get preyed on, because it's the people that go, you know what? Oh, I can't go there. I'm not allowed to go there. Okay, fuck you. I'm going to go there. And then they end up, not everybody, of course, luckily, thank goodness, doesn't run into people like this all the time. But you had the freeway killers, you had all these you know, Ted
Yeah.
Bundy, people like that were operating during that time frame. A bunch of people. And it's like, in those films, I gotta agree, it's like that. It's like, as much as you could go into the fantasy of a film like that, it movies reflect the time that they're in. So the horror slasher boom happened because there was serial killers all over the freaking place. You know, and it's, you know, it's true. And it's like, and then even a lot of more horror movies got inspired by real serial killers.
Art imitating life.
Exactly. You know, and yeah, no, exactly. And it's like, it's like you get that in film repeatedly throughout the years.
Yes.
You know, you're just gonna, it is destined for shock factor, but it's one of those films that it's like, I would own it because of what it is, but it's
Just
not,
because.
but it's
Yeah.
not going to be something I'm throwing in like I would the Toxic Avenger, you know, because I'll show that to anybody and everybody. Yet again, the
Nope.
Toxic Avenger.
Not
See.
at all. It's one of those films that it's like you kind of need, oh man, I don't want to say that either, because I don't want people to think, you know, too much deranged in my head. But I think some people need to see some of these films, not because, oh, this is just entertaining.
Right.
But because some people, and nothing against you, some of you out there that are sheltered, like really, really sheltered, like you live in this box of a life where you don't think anything could happen to you, kind of thing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Those folks that live in this cardboard box kind of mentality that there are no such things
Right. The
that exist
monsters
in the
are
world.
out there. They're not in here.
Yeah,
Mm.
they're everywhere.
Yeah.
And they're in some of the most unlikely places. And
Yep.
I think that's why some of these directors have done that. Now,
Oh,
my
yeah.
last pick for everybody is actually right in line with brother Deadfellow here. I Spit on Your Grave.
Oh, that's another one. Yeah, I agree with you on that. Yeah, it's one of those films. I watched it once.
And that's it. You don't
That
ever
was
need to
it.
watch
Yeah,
it again.
and it's not hating on the actors or any
Nope.
of that. It's just literally, yeah, it's one and done for me on that film. But I totally agree with you. It's the same exact kind of vibe. It's the same kind of beats to it, really. Yeah, the same. Yeah, you need to bathe, and get a
Well,
cleansing.
yeah, and what it should do is enrage you.
Oh yeah. Oh, very
Enrage
much so.
you in a way that you just want to find. If
Mhm.
9 times out of 10 we know someone that is like that, and you want to enact justice.
Yep. Yep, I agree that it's one of those movies that if you're watching it on the laptop and you're a guy that would defend a woman if she was being
Exactly.
attacked, you're gonna get mad at your laptop and put your fist through it. That type of
Exactly
film.
right.
Yeah. And
That's the whole point. And I gotta tell you, with the I Spit on Your Grave series, because obviously they've made quite a few sequels.
Yeah.
It's about female empowerment. It's about raising awareness. It's about fucking take charge of your situation. If you've suffered trauma, become a warrior.
Yep.
You don't
I
have
agree
to
with
be
that.
beaten down by it.
Exactly. And I will, and that's the thing. That is the best part I have to say about that film series is exactly that. It is female empowerment. It is.
It is.
You think you're going to do this to me because I'm a woman and I'm not going to get you back. I'm not going to fight you back. Now I'm going to be worse than you are, buddy. And
I agree
you're
with
gonna be
Dustin.
cheering for her, you know?
I agree with Dustin here. Remember, many horror film directors are pacifists and anti-war. Their goal is to shock you and show you the bad stuff, to be absorbed that this is horrifying. That kind of goes in line with what I was saying. They're putting that stuff out there.
Yeah.
To raise awareness, to make you think twice before you make shitty fucking decisions, and to be aware of your surroundings.
God, another film that did really good about that would be Vanished.
Oh my goodness, yes.
Yeah, and seeing that's the thing,
it's so bad.
Yeah, it's preying on those fears. It's preying on the things that hit people that resonates with most everybody. And those films will always land because it's always you're always just knee-jerk reactions to some things, just naturally as a human being to not want to be unalive. And I know that feeling. I get that, even though I'm been dead for 100 and some odd something years. Damn green paint. We had a whole room was just this beautiful green. Didn't know it was freaking arsenic. That son of a bitch. Victorians put everything in there trying to kill us. It was, yeah.
Woo! Oh shit. Nathan says, who puts that shit on at a party? And they even made more. Definitely didn't watch them. I would say this. Since you haven't seen it, don't watch the new ones. They are much worse than the original. I made the mistake of watching the remake, and it was difficult. But towards the end, because I just don't like that kind of situation.
No, I agree.
Yeah,
no, me too.
In every fucking way.
Yep.
Dude.
I had the movie Kids back in the day had that effect on me. I wanted to just go into the screen and just stomp his head in. But it's a character, and it's the same thing. They're characters, but it's still, it hits you if you're a caring, decent person.
Yes.
You're going to want to do, you're going to want to do something about it, and then it's
and
like,
I think in a lot of ways it does help.
No, I think it does. I do. I think
In
they
some
exist for a
ways.
reason. It's just, you don't want to watch, they're not that, it's like I watch this every year. No, it's not one of those films.
No, it's not. It's one of those films that it teaches you something.
Yeah.
And I know it's weird.
No, it does. No, I think it does. And it's more or less be aware of your surroundings. Be aware of, hey, somebody might have bad intentions for you. Make sure you don't make a decision that's going to put you in a bad situation to where you can't defend yourself or, get hurt, Then it's like, if somebody's coming after you or something like that, go to the cops as quick as you can, in that scenarios, or somebody that can help you, because it's like, yeah, those, especially the last two films are really, they're cautionary tales, and you can learn from them. As gritty as they are to experience, you can learn from them.
Exactly. Thank you all so much for joining us this evening and choosing Black Flame Entertainment as your source of darkness and pleasure. We have so much enjoyed your picks as well as our own. And hopefully we have inspired you to check out some of these films. And I really don't suggest the last two just because it's
the last two on the left.
Those last couple ones, you ain't gonna be able to stomach it. So we raise awareness on both ends. What not to watch, and some that, well, hey, you might want to check it out. You might dig it. That's not one of them.
Terrifier 2.
Oh, please check out Terrifier. Fucking awesome.
Well, yeah. If you're a horror hound, you gotta have some Art the Clown in your life.
Yes. If you don't have Art the Clown in your life, you're missing something.
He's an amazingly sweet man in real life.
Yes. I can't stress that enough.
Exactly. He is the polar opposite of Art the Clown, but as much as he enjoys being nice to people, when he's Art the Clown, he really enjoys not being nice to people. And we love him for it.
Exactly. So yeah. Thank you for dwelling in the darkness with us and supporting the Horror BBQ. It is the fabric of our passion and creativity for these films, and everything that we do. So don't forget, tomorrow night, y'all, Tracks of the Damned is back. We had to give our brother Cody one more night to get a little better, because many of us have gone through the illnesses that are just running rampant, wherever you live. So please be safe, keep yourself healthy as much as possible. So many of us work, publicly, and it's easy to catch a lot of these things. Our kids bring the shit, home to us most of the time. So definitely do the best you can, but at the same time, enjoy yourself. And don't forget, Saturday night, God damn it, it's time to sit. More than we usually do. Let's put it that way, because let's face it, I wrote the book on it. So if you are ready to laugh, if you are ready to just have the best fucking weekend ever, join us for the goddamn program as it returns this Saturday. All four of us are ready to help you sin. So thank you all so much. And if you have to work tomorrow, if you're anywhere in the deep freeze like myself and some of the other areas as well, Brother Mortimer over there, make sure you look Kringle in the face and say, stay heavy.
Thank you for joining us on Ringro's Underground. Stay tuned for more from Black Flame